嗨，大家好，我是 Jenny， 欢迎来到沉思者 J。今天要跟大家聊的这位大师真的太传奇了，他被称为世纪厨师，他让厨师成为明星，他创办了美食界的奥运会，他的餐厅保持米其林3星长达55年，更重要的是，他改变了整个法国料理的面貌，他就是保罗·博古斯。1926年2月11日，保罗·博古斯出生在法国里昂近郊一个叫做科隆日奥蒙多尔的小镇。这个小镇位于隆河畔，风景秀丽，民风淳朴。博古斯家族的料理传统源远流长，可以追溯到18世纪。他的曾曾祖父米歇尔·博古斯在隆河岸边开了一家炸鱼小摊，那是1765年的事。从那时起，博古斯家族就与美食结下不解之缘。小保罗从小就在厨房长大，锅碗瓢盆的声音是他的摇篮曲，各种食材的香气是他的空气。父亲乔治·博古斯经营着家族餐厅，母亲则在厨房里忙碌着。保罗8岁时做出了第一道菜，那是一道简单的煎蛋，但父亲尝过后眼睛一亮，这孩子有天分。然而童年的保罗并不是个乖学生，他在学校里总是坐不住，对课本没什么兴趣，却对厨房里的一切充满好奇。16岁那年，父亲做了一个重要决定，他把保罗送到里昂，跟随名厨克劳德·马雷学艺。这是保罗厨艺生涯的真正开始。在马雷的丝绸餐厅，保罗从最基础的工作做起，洗碗、削皮、切菜，每一个动作都要反复练习，直到达到完美。马雷对学徒要求极严，一个土豆削得不够圆，就要重新来过；一道酱汁的温度差了1度，就要全部倒掉重做。这种严格的训练塑造了保罗的基本功，也培养了他对完美的追求。他后来常说，基础功夫决定一切。但就在保罗全心投入学艺时，历史改变了一切。1944年，18岁的保罗自愿加入法国解放军。在阿尔萨斯的战场上，保罗负伤了，一颗子弹击中了他，他被送到美军野战医院。在医院里，美国士兵在他左肩纹了一只高卢雄鸡，这个纹身陪伴了他一生，也成为他法国精神的象征。战争结束后，保罗回到了厨房，他继续深造，先后跟随多位名厨学习，尤金·布拉齐耶是其中最重要的一位。她是历史上第一位获得米其林3星的女性主厨，在里昂的区享有盛名，人们尊称她为妈妈布拉齐耶。在布拉齐耶那里，保罗学到了里昂料理的精髓：简单、新鲜、美味。这些原则后来成为他料理哲学的基石。接着，保罗来到维埃纳，在金字塔餐厅跟随费尔南·波安学习。波安被誉为现代法国料理之父，他的影响力深远。波安教导保罗一个重要观念：食材的品质决定菜肴的成败，再高超的技术也无法弥补劣质食材。这个理念深深影响了保罗。1959年，保罗回到家乡，接手了家族餐厅。那时餐厅经营困难，几乎要关门了。保罗把餐厅改名为保罗博古斯餐厅，他决心要让这家餐厅重生。他每天清晨4点起床，亲自到里昂中央市场采购食材。在市场里，保罗用挑剔的眼光选择每一样食材，鹌鹑要最肥美的，野味要最新鲜的，蔬菜要当天现采的，沙拉要最嫩的。他常说，好的料理始于好的食材，这就是市场料理的精神。市场料理成为保罗的招牌理念。他后来还以此为题出版了食谱书，书名就叫《市场料理》。这本书在1976年出版，影响了整整一代厨师。保罗的努力很快得到回报。1961年，餐厅获得第1颗米其林星星。同年，他还获得法国最佳职人奖章，这是法国厨艺界的最高荣誉。1962年，第2颗星星来了。1965年，第3颗星星终于到手，从此开始了一段传奇。这3颗星星一保持就是55年，直到2020年，这是米其林史上最长的纪录，没有人能打破。 但保罗的成就远不止于此。70年代初期，一场料理革命正在酝酿，保罗是这场革命的核心人物。当时的法国高级料理太过繁复，厚重的酱汁掩盖了食材本身的味道，复杂的烹调程序耗时费力，菜肴摆盘讲究排场，却失去了食物的本质。保罗和几位志同道合的年轻厨师开始尝试改变，他们提倡新料理运动。这场运动彻底改变了法国料理的面貌。新料理的核心理念很简单，尊重食材的原味，减少烹调时间，使用清淡的酱汁，避免过度装饰，让食物说话。保罗和米歇尔·盖哈尔、罗杰·维尔热等厨师成为新料理运动的领军人物。美食评论家亨利·高尔和克里斯蒂安·米约则为这场运动摇旗呐喊。1973年，高尔发表了《新料理十诫》，这成为运动的宣言，拒绝不必要的复杂准备，缩短烹调时间，使用新鲜食材，简化菜单，不要过度使用厚重酱汁，重视健康饮食，使用现代烹调技术，尊重时令，注重摆盘美学，保持创新精神。这些原则听起来很现代，但在当时却是革命性的。传统派强烈反对，他们认为这是对法国料理传统的背叛。巴黎世界报的美食评论家甚至公开抨击新料理，但年轻一代的食客热烈欢迎。米其林指南也开始认可这些创新。1972年，米其林减少了8家传统高级料理餐厅的星级，却给新料理餐厅加薪，这是一个明确的讯号。时代变了，保罗成为新料理运动的代言人，他的餐厅成为朝圣的，世界各地的厨师来此学习，媒体争相报道他的一举一动。但保罗也保持清醒，他后来批评一些新料理的极端做法。他说，新料理是盘子里10模都没有，账单上10模都有。他坚持料理要实在，要让客人吃饱，要让客人满足，华而不实的东西他不要。1975年2月25日，这一天改变了保罗的人生。法国总统瓦莱里·季斯卡德斯坦授予保罗荣誉军团骑士勋章，这是法国的最高荣誉。为了这次宴会，保罗创作了一道特别的菜——松露汤 VGE。VGE 是总统名字的缩写。这道汤的灵感来自2个源头。1975年1月，保罗的松露供应商让·克劳德·杜马邀请他品尝一道蔬菜汤。杜马的祖父建议在汤里加入新鲜松露片，热汤释放出松露的迷人香气。保罗深深记住了这个味道。1周后，保罗去阿尔萨斯打猎，朋友保罗·埃贝林招待他。埃贝林端上一道酥皮封顶的鹅肝松露，这给了保罗新的灵感。回到餐厅后，保罗开始实验，他把蔬菜汤、松露、鹅肝还有酥皮结合在一起。经过多次试验，松露汤诞生了。在爱丽舍宫的宴会上，这道汤一鸣惊人。总统问保罗该怎么吃，保罗简单回答：敲破酥皮就好，总统先生。当酥皮被敲破的那一刻，松露和鹅肝的香气扑鼻而来，在场的宾客都惊叹不已。这道汤从此成为博古斯的招牌菜。松露汤的制作看似简单，却极其讲究。首先要准备最清澈的鸡高汤，然后是精心切丁的蔬菜，胡萝卜、芹菜根、洋葱、蘑菇，比例要相等，还要有最上等的黑松露，切成薄片，新鲜的鹅肝切成小块，鸡胸肉煮熟切丁，所有食材放入狮头汤碗，倒入滚烫的鸡高汤，用酥皮封顶，边缘要压紧，确保香气不会外泄，刷上蛋液，送入烤箱，200度烘烤20分钟，直到酥皮膨胀金黄。上桌时香气四溢，客人敲破酥皮，松露的芬芳瞬间释放，这是一种极致的享受。原版的松露汤每份要用价值$400的松露，这是真正的奢华，但保罗认为值得。好的食材不能省，除了松露汤，保罗还有很多经典菜肴，酥皮鲈鱼是其中之一。整条鲈鱼裹着龙虾慕斯，外面包裹酥皮， 烘烤后外酥内嫩。布列斯鸡配洋杜菌也是名菜。布列斯鸡是法国最好的鸡种，来自阿尔卑斯隆河的蛆，小火慢炖至软烂，配上大量的洋杜菌菇，淋上奶油酱汁。洋杜菌是仅次于松露的珍贵菌菇，保罗用起来从不手软。他说，既然要做，就做到最好。保罗不仅是个伟大的厨师，更是个精明的商人。他深知行销的重要性，他让自己成为一个品牌。保罗总是穿着标志性的厨师服，白色的制服，红白蓝三色的领口，只有获得最佳职人奖章的厨师才能穿。高高的厨师帽，这个形象深入人心。他频繁出现在电视节目中，接受各种采访，参加美食活动。他把厨师从幕后推向台前，让厨师成为明星，这在当时是革命性的。以前厨师只是手艺人，现在厨师成了艺术家，成了名人。保罗为后来的名厨铺平了道路。他在全球开设了多家餐厅，除了里昂的旗舰店，还有日本、纽约、瑞士的分店。1980年，他和迪士尼乐园签约，在佛罗里达州的乐园里开餐厅，每年进账数千万美元。在里昂市区，保罗开设了4家啤酒馆，分别叫做北方、东方、南方、西方，每家都专注于不同的法国料理风格。保罗还创办了厨艺学校，保罗博古斯厨艺学院在1990年成立，后来在2004年扩大为国际联盟。这所学校被誉为厨艺界的哈佛。学校位于19世纪的维耶城堡，每年接收来自35个国家的学生。课程结合理论与实践，学生要学习烹饪技术，也要学习餐饮管理。学校与里昂第3大学合作，提供正式的学位课程，毕业生遍布全球顶级餐厅，许多人成为米其林星级主厨。保罗培养的学生中，奥地利主厨艾卡特·维茨曼最为出名，他是世纪厨师之一，执掌德国第1家米其林3星餐厅。但保罗最伟大的贡献，也许是博古斯世界烹饪大赛。这个比赛在1987年创立，每2年举办一次，在里昂举行。比赛的规格极高，各国必须先通过国内选拔，再通过洲际赛，才能进入决赛。全世界只有24个名额。比赛分为2天，第1天准备肉类主菜，第2天准备鱼类主菜。评审团由世界顶级厨师组成，评分标准极其严格，获胜者将获得博古斯金奖，这被视为厨师界的最高荣誉。有人说这是美食界的奥运会，一点也不夸张。能参加博古斯大赛，对厨师来说就是莫大的荣耀，获奖更是职业生涯的巅峰。许多厨师为此奋斗一生。保罗说过一句名言：发现一道新菜，比发现一颗星星对人类幸福的贡献更大。这句话成为他的座右铭，也成为无数厨师的信念。料理不只是填饱肚子，料理是创造幸福。保罗的人生并非完美无缺，他在1946年娶了雷蒙德·杜维尔，但婚后他有2位长期伴侣，一位叫雷蒙，一位叫帕特里夏。雷蒙和他的儿子都是厨师，帕特里夏则负责公关事务。这种关系在当时很罕见，但保罗从不掩饰，他说这就是他的生活方式。法国人对此也相当宽容，他们更关心保罗的厨艺，而不是他的私生活。马克宏总统在保罗过世后说，保罗先生就是法国，既简洁又宽宏，卓越又兼具生活艺术。保罗对年轻厨师总是充满鼓励，他常说，大家说我是世界上最有童心的老头，我很乐意这样。就像小时候在里昂玩扔铁蛋游戏，我用同样的心态对待烹饪。他希望年轻人不要太在意荣誉，只要快乐地享受烹饪过程就好。他记得父亲对他说的话，保罗，做个快乐的厨师，别只想着钱，钱迟早会有，但不快乐你就坚持不住。保罗还说，做好做坏都要付出同样时间，既然如此，不如选择做得好。这些话激励了无数后辈。在艰苦的厨师生涯中， 这些话给了他们力量。保罗的影响力遍及全球。美国烹饪学院在2011年授予他世纪名厨称号。时代周刊评选60年来影响世界的人物，保罗名列其中。另一位法国入选者是戴高乐。法国人有句话说，你可以不知道路易14是谁，但你必须记得博古斯这个厨子。这话绝不夸张。保罗甚至影响了流行文化。2007年皮克斯动画电影《料理鼠王》里面的厨神古斯特，就是以保罗为原型设计的。那个亲切的老厨师形象，穿着白色厨师服，挂着勋章，正是保罗的写照。电影中古斯特说，人人都能做菜，这也是保罗的信念。料理不应该是少数人的特权，料理应该让更多人享受。晚年的保罗依然活跃，即使餐厅已经成名，他还是每天早上亲自去市场买菜，这个习惯从未改变。他说，只有自己挑选食材，才能确保品质。这种坚持令人敬佩，也是他成功的秘诀。2018年1月20日，保罗·博古斯在家中安详离世，享年91岁。他在出生的同一个房间里离开人世。这个房间位于餐厅楼上，从出生到离世，保罗的一生都在这里。他患有帕金森氏症多年，但始终保持乐观。直到最后一刻，他还关心这餐厅的运作。法国总统马克宏发表悼词，称保罗是神话般的人物。他改造了法国美食，让法国美食扬名世界。里昂士常说，保罗把里昂变成世界美食之都，这是他留给城市最大的遗产。保罗的儿子杰罗姆表示，父亲不希望有国家级的追悼会，他是个简单的人，他只想安静地离去。但全世界的厨师都在哭泣，他们失去了一位导师，一位精神领袖，一位改变了他们命运的人。保罗·博古斯留下的遗产是丰富的，他让厨师成为受尊敬的职业，他推动了料理的革新，他创立了世界级的比赛，他培养了无数优秀厨师。更重要的是，他让人们重新思考料理的意义。料理不只是技术，料理是艺术，料理是文化，料理是生活。今天当我们享用一顿美食，当我们看到厨师在电视上发光发热，当我们欣赏精致的摆盘，我们都应该想起保罗·博古斯。他用一生证明，料理可以改变世界，一个厨师可以成为传奇，而这个传奇将永远激励着后来者。我们下次见咯。Hello everyone, I'm Jenny. Welcome to Thinker J. Today we are going to talk about an extraordinary master. He was called the chef of the century. He turned chefs into celebrities. He created the Olympics of gastronomy. His restaurant held 3 Michelin stars for 55 years. Most importantly, he transformed the entire landscape of French cuisine. He is Paul Bocuse. February 11, 1926. Paul Bocuse was born near Lyon, France, in a small town called Calanges-au-Mont-d'Or. This town sits on the banks of the Saône River. The scenery is beautiful and the atmosphere is peaceful. The Bocuse family's culinary tradition goes back centuries. It can be traced to the 18th century. His great-great-grandfather Michel Bocuse opened a fried fish stall on the bank of the Saône River. That was in 1765. From that moment, the Bocuse family was bound to gastronomy. Little Paul grew up in the kitchen. The sounds of pots and pans were his lullabies. The aromas of ingredients were his air. His father Georges Bocuse ran the family restaurant. His mother was busy in the kitchen. At age 8, Paul made his first dish. It was a simple fried egg. But after tasting it, his father's eyes lit up. This child had talent. However, young Paul was not a well-behaved student. He could never sit still in school. He had no interest in textbooks. But he was curious about everything in the kitchen. At age 16, his father made an important decision. He sent Paul to Lyon to apprentice under Master Chef Claude Marat. This was the true beginning of Paul's culinary career. At Marat's Restaurant de la Soirée, Paul started from the most basic tasks: washing dishes, peeling, cutting vegetables. Every movement had to be practiced repeatedly, until it reached perfection. Marat was extremely strict with apprentices. If a potato was not peeled round enough, it had to be done again. If a sauce's temperature was off by 1 degree, everything had to be thrown out and redone. This rigorous training shaped Paul's fundamental skills. It also cultivated his pursuit of perfection. He would later say, "Basic skills determine everything." But just as Paul was fully devoted to learning, history changed everything. In 1944, 18-year-old Paul volunteered for the French Liberation Army. On the battlefields of Alsace, Paul was wounded. A bullet struck him. He was taken to an American field hospital. In the hospital, American soldiers tattooed a Gallic rooster on his left shoulder. This tattoo stayed with him for life. It became a symbol of his French spirit. After the war ended, Paul returned to the kitchen. He continued his education. He studied under several master chefs. Eugénie Brazier was among the most important. She was the first woman in history to earn 3 Michelin stars. She enjoyed great fame in the Lyon region. People respectfully called her Mother Brazier. Under Brazier, Paul learned the essence of Lyon cuisine. Simple, fresh, delicious. These principles later became the foundation of his culinary philosophy. Next, Paul went to Vienne to study under Fernand Point at La Pyramide. Point was hailed as the father of modern French cuisine. His influence was profound. Point taught Paul an important concept. The quality of ingredients determines the success of a dish. No amount of skill can compensate for poor ingredients. This principle deeply influenced Paul. In 1959, Paul returned to his hometown. He took over the family restaurant. At that time, the restaurant was struggling. It was almost closing down. Paul renamed the restaurant Paul Bocuse. He was determined to revive this establishment. He woke up at 4 in the morning every day. He personally went to Lyon's Central Market to buy ingredients. At the market, Paul chose every ingredient with a critical eye. Quails had to be the plumpest. Game had to be the freshest. Vegetables had to be harvested that day. Salad greens had to be the most tender. He often said, "Good cooking begins with good ingredients." This is the spirit of market cuisine. Market cuisine became Paul's signature philosophy. He later published a cookbook on this theme. The book was called Market Cuisine. This book was published in 1976. It influenced an entire generation of chefs. Paul's efforts quickly paid off. In 1961, the restaurant earned its first Michelin star. The same year, he also received the Best Craftsman of France medal. This is the highest honor in French culinary arts. In 1962, the second star arrived. In 1965, the third star was finally achieved. This began a legendary journey. These 3 stars were maintained for 55 years. Until 2020. This is the longest record in Michelin history. No one has broken it. But Paul's achievements went far beyond this. In the early 1970s, a culinary revolution was brewing. Paul was a central figure in this revolution. At that time, French haute cuisine was too elaborate. Heavy sauces masked the taste of ingredients themselves. Complex cooking procedures were time-consuming. Dishes were arranged for show, but they lost the essence of food. Paul and several like-minded young chefs began to attempt change. They advocated the Nouvelle Cuisine movement. This movement completely transformed the face of French cuisine. The core philosophy of Nouvelle Cuisine was simple. Respect the original flavor of ingredients. Reduce cooking time. Use light sauces. Avoid excessive decoration. Let the food speak. Paul and Michel Guérard, Roger Verge and others became the leaders of the Nouvelle Cuisine movement. Food critics Henri Gault and Christian Millau championed this movement. In 1973, Gault published the 10 Commandments of Nouvelle Cuisine. This became the movement's manifesto. Reject unnecessary complex preparations. Shorten cooking times. Use fresh ingredients. Simplify menus. Do not overuse heavy sauces. Emphasize healthy eating. Use modern cooking techniques. Respect seasonal produce. Focus on plating aesthetics. Maintain innovative spirit. These principles sound modern, but at the time they were revolutionary. Traditionalists strongly opposed them. They believed this was a betrayal of French culinary tradition. The food critic at Le Monde newspaper even openly attacked Nouvelle Cuisine, but younger diners welcomed it enthusiastically. The Michelin Guide also began to recognize these innovations. In 1972, Michelin reduced the star ratings of 8 traditional haute cuisine restaurants, but awarded stars to Nouvelle Cuisine restaurants. This was a clear signal. Times had changed. Paul became the spokesperson for the Nouvelle Cuisine movement. His restaurant became a pilgrimage site. Chefs from around the world came to study. Media competed to report his every move. But Paul also remained clear-headed. He later criticized some extreme practices of Nouvelle Cuisine. He said, Nouvelle Cuisine was nothing on the plate, everything on the bill. He insisted that cooking should be substantial. It should fill guests. It should satisfy guests. He did not want things that were all show. February 25, 1975. This day changed Paul's life. French President Valéry Giscard d'Estaing awarded Paul the Knight of the Legion of Honor. This is the highest honor in France. For this banquet, Paul created a special dish, truffle soup VGE. VGE were the initials of the president's name. The inspiration for this soup came from two sources. In January 1975, Paul's truffle supplier Jean-Claude Dumas invited him to taste a vegetable soup. Dumas's grandfather suggested adding fresh truffle slices to the soup. The hot soup released the enchanting aroma of truffles. Paul deeply remembered this flavor. 1 week later, Paul went hunting in Alsace. His friend Paul Haberlin entertained him. Haberlin served a puff pastry-topped foie gras with truffles. This gave Paul new inspiration. After returning to his restaurant, Paul began experimenting. He combined vegetable soup, truffles, foie gras, and puff pastry together. After many trials, the truffle soup was born. At the banquet at the Élysée Palace, this soup was a sensation. The president asked Paul how to eat it. Paul simply answered, "Just break the crust, Mr. President." When the crust was broken, the aroma of truffle and foie gras rushed out. The guests present were all amazed. This soup became Bocuse's signature dish from then on. The preparation of truffle soup seems simple, but it is extremely particular. First, you need the clearest chicken stock. Then there are carefully diced vegetables: carrots, celeriac, onions, mushrooms. The proportions must be equal. There must also be the finest black truffles, cut into thin slices. Fresh foie gras cut into small pieces. Chicken breast cooked and diced. All ingredients are placed in lion head soup bowls. Pour in boiling chicken stock. Seal with puff pastry. The edges must be pressed tightly. Ensure the aroma does not escape. Brush with egg wash. Send it into the oven. Bake at 200 degrees for 20 minutes. Until the pastry puffs up and turns golden. When served, the aroma is overwhelming. Guests break the crust. The fragrance of truffles is instantly released. This is an ultimate enjoyment. The original truffle soup used truffles worth $400 per serving. This is true luxury. But Paul thought it was worth it. Good ingredients cannot be compromised. Besides truffle soup, Paul had many classic dishes. Sea bass and puff pastry was one of them. A whole sea bass wrapped in lobster mousse, enclosed in puff pastry. After baking, crispy outside and tender inside. Breast chicken with morel mushrooms was also a famous dish. Breast chicken is the finest chicken breed in France. From the Alpes-Rhône region. Slowly stewed until tender. Paired with abundant morel mushrooms. Drizzled with cream sauce. Morels are precious mushrooms second only to truffles. Paul never held back when using them. He said, "If you are going to do it right." Paul was not just a great chef. He was also a shrewd businessman. He understood the importance of marketing. He made himself into a brand. Paul always wore his signature chef's uniform. White outfit. Red, white, and blue collar. Only chefs with the best craftsman medal could wear it. Tall chef's hat. This image became iconic. He frequently appeared on television shows. Accepted various interviews. Participated in food events. He brought chefs from backstage to the forefront. He made chefs into stars. This was revolutionary at the time. Previously chefs were just craftsmen. Now chefs became artists. Became celebrities. Paul paved the way for later celebrity chefs. He opened multiple restaurants globally. Besides the flagship in Lyon, there were branches in Japan, New York, and Switzerland. In 1980, he signed a contract with Disney, opening a restaurant at the Florida theme park, earning tens of millions of dollars annually. In downtown Lyon, Paul opened 4 brasseries, called North, East, South, and West respectively, each focused on different styles of French cuisine. Paul also founded a culinary school. The Paul Bocuse Institute was established in 1990, later expanded into an international alliance in 2004. This school is known as the Harvard of Culinary Arts. The school is located in the 19th century Château du Vivier. Each year it accepts students from 35 countries. The curriculum combines theory and practice. Students learn cooking techniques. They also learn restaurant management. The school partnered with the University of Lyon 3, offering formal degree programs. Graduates work in top restaurants worldwide. Many become Michelin-starred chefs. Among the students Paul trained, Austrian chef Eckhard Witzigmann is the most famous. He is one of the chefs of the century. He ran Germany's first 3 Michelin-star restaurant. But Paul's greatest contribution may be the Bocuse d'Or World Cuisine Contest. This competition was founded in 1987, held every 2 years, taking place in Lyon. The competition standards are extremely high. Countries must first pass domestic selection, then pass continental competitions to reach the finals. Only 24 spots worldwide. The competition lasts 2 days. The first day prepares meat main courses. The second day prepares fish main courses. The jury consists of world-class chefs. The judging criteria are extremely strict. Winners receive the Bocuse d'Or. This is considered the highest honor for chefs. Some call it the Olympics of gastronomy. That is no exaggeration. To participate in the Bocuse d'Or is already a great honor for chefs. Winning is the pinnacle of a career. Many chefs strive for this their entire lives. Paul said a famous quote, "Discovering a new dish contributes more to human happiness than discovering a new star." This quote became his motto. It also became the belief of countless chefs. Cooking is not just about filling stomachs. Cooking is about creating happiness. Paul's life was not perfect. He married Raymond Duvert in 1946. But after marriage he had 2 long-term companions. One named Raymond, one named Patricia. Raymond and her son were both chefs. Patricia handled public relations. This arrangement was unusual at the time, but Paul never concealed it. He said this was his lifestyle. The French were quite tolerant about it. They cared more about Paul's cooking, not his private life. President Macron said after Paul's passing, "Monsieur Paul was France. Both concise and generous. Excellent yet embodying the art of living." Paul was always encouraging to young chefs. He often said, "People say I am the most childlike old man in the world. I am happy with that. Just like playing the iron ball game in Lyon as a child. I approach cooking with the same attitude." He hoped young people would not focus too much on honors. Just happily enjoy the process of cooking. He remembered what his father told him. "Paul, be a happy chef. Do not think only about money. Money will come eventually. But if you are unhappy, you cannot persist." Paul also said, "Doing well and doing poorly both take the same time. Since that is the case, might as well choose to do it well." These words inspired countless successors. In the difficult career of being a chef, these words gave them strength. Paul's influence spread across the globe. The Culinary Institute of America in 2011 awarded him the title Chef of the Century. Time magazine selected influential people of the past 60 years. Paul was among them. The other French person selected was Charles de Gaulle. The French have a saying, "You cannot know who Louis XIV was, but you must remember Bocuse the chef." This is no exaggeration. Paul even influenced popular culture. The 2007 Pixar animated film Ratatouille, the chef Gusteau in it, was designed with Paul as the prototype. That kind old chef image, wearing a white chef's uniform, with medals, was the portrait of Paul. In the film, Gusteau says, "Anyone can cook." This was also Paul's belief. Cooking should not be a privilege for the few. Cooking should be enjoyed by more people. In his later years, Paul remained active. Even though the restaurant had become famous, he still went to the market personally every morning to buy ingredients. This habit never changed. He said, only by selecting ingredients himself could he ensure quality. This persistence is admirable. It is also the secret to his success. January 20, 2018. Paul Bocuse passed away peacefully at home. He was 91 years old. He left this world in the same room where he was born. This room was located above the restaurant. From birth to death, Paul's entire life was here. He had Parkinson's disease for many years, but remained optimistic throughout, until the last moment. He still cared about the restaurant's operation. French President Macron issued a eulogy, calling Paul a mythical figure. He transformed French gastronomy. He made French cuisine famous worldwide. The mayor of Lyon said, "Paul turned Lyon into the world's gastronomy capital. This is his greatest legacy to the city." Paul's son Jerome said, "Father did not want a national memorial. He was a simple man. He just wanted to leave quietly." But chefs around the world were weeping. They lost a mentor, a spiritual leader, a person who changed their destiny. The legacy Paul Bocuse left is rich. He made being a chef a respected profession. He promoted culinary innovation. He created a world-class competition. He trained countless excellent chefs. More importantly, he made people rethink the meaning of cooking. Cooking is not just technique. Cooking is art. Cooking is culture. Cooking is life. Today, when we enjoy a fine meal, when we see chefs shining on television, when we appreciate exquisite plating, we should all think of Paul Bocuse. He proved with his life, cooking can change the world. A chef can become a legend. And this legend will forever inspire those who follow. See you next time.